All right, man. Let's talk about Francis Ngannou and Tyson Fury. Ended up in a split decision for Tyson Fury. A lot of people thought Francis Ngannou won. I thought Francis Ngannou won that fight. I didn't particularly score it, but I didn't think it was gonna go that way. Every time I score a fight, then it'd be a controversial or a decision. But yeah, man, a lot of people thought Francis Ngannou won that fight. He came out, looked pretty good, was able to push Fury back. And one of the things about the fight was Francis Ngannou, was strong. I was yesterday old when I found out that the UFC had a weight limit on the heavyweight division, which during the Klitschko era, a lot of people was calling for them to have a heavyweight, or in them, well, the Klitschko era made people think about having heavyweight and super heavyweight division in boxing and having a weight limit on the heavyweight division, but it never came to pass. But Ngannou came out, held his ground pretty well. The difference was Fury couldn't weight bully Ngannou like he did a Tyson Fury or a Chisora, guys like that, or Dillian White. So when he tried to push Ngannou back, and Ngannou couldn't be moved back. And I think he wore himself out trying to push Ngannou back. And I think Ngannou's skills surprised everybody. Um, he went, orthodox to southpaw. He had a good lead hook from the southpaw orthodox position. He had good body punches. He had a good jab. And pretty much he outpointed, in my opinion, Tyson Fury. Fury came out with a vicious 1-2, and Ngannou ate it. And I think Fury came out to make it known that I can hurt you. And I think that just made Ngannou that much more confident because he had an iron chin. But then again, Ngannou take kicks and punches and elbows for a living, even though Tyson Fury did elbow him, and I'm gonna talk about that. But I think only thing that Ngannou left on the table was a jab. He ended up dropping Tyson Fury with a temple shot. And Deontay Wilder dropped Tyson Fury 4 times in a trilogy, and Ngannou added to that. And I just think Tyson Fury, it's just got a lot of heart. He got a good chin, but he's susceptible to getting dropped. That's a lack of focus. That's a lack of sweat, or that's just genetic. But I felt that he should have you know, if he would have used the jab a little bit more and he went to the body a little bit more and he came out going to the jab, stabbing to the jab to the body. Deontay Wilder famously came out in the trilogy jabbing to the body, and then after that, he just refused to continue to go back to the body. And I think Ngannou kind of left body work on the table. When he dropped him in the 6th, I think it was, he really just started kind of headhunting a little bit. And I think he should have been stepping up to the body a lot more. Fury give you a lot of body when he leaning back like this. And Fury went southpaw, then Ngannou shocked him and went southpaw. But Ngannou seemed like he had the more effective punches. Fury didn't really hurt him. I think he hurt him like one good time in the middle of the fight. That was about it. But I even after that knockdown, a couple rounds after that, I feel that Ngannou knocked him down again, but they called it a slip, and it wasn't a slip. He clocked him, I believe, with a right hand right on the temple again, and Fury ended up holding on and falling to the ground. The referee called it a slip, and it wasn't a slip. Ngannou should have really got 2 knockdowns, and I don't think anybody peeped that he actually really hurt Francis Ngannou. He literally hurt. Ngannou literally hurt Fury again after that knockdown. And it wasn't that should have been ruled a knockdown. That was a punch. Fury just grabbed. Fury's a savvy veteran and just grabbed onto him, so they called it a slip. So credit to Tyson Fury for doing that. But down the stretch, Ngannou got a second win after that knockdown. Ngannou kind of started looking for the one shot, but I think he kind of started breathing out his mouth hard. And around the 8th round, he started to step it up, and he took control of the fight, in my opinion. So they had it like 1 point for Ngannou, 1 point for Fury, and then Fury won by 1 point. So in my 95-94, Ngannou 96-93 was for Fury. And then I think my bad. I don't know, man. They got me confused here. But Judge Ed Gardner scored it 95-94 for Ngannou. They scored it 95-94. Alan Curbs for Fury, and Juan Carlos Pelayo scored it 96-93 for Fury. I felt that Ngannou won that fight. Now, I didn't score it. I just watched the naked eye, and I think going back scoring it probably give you a different perspective. But yeah, I felt that he won that fight, though. He couldn't move Ngannou. Usually when he closed the gap on fighters with his height and his size, they usually fall to the ropes and give him his advantage. We can lean on him and wear him out. And Ngannou was able to hold his power, hold his ground, and that allowed him to be able to get crisp shots off where Fury couldn't push him off his power. So him holding his ground instead of falling to the ropes, he could have just pivoted and stepped aside. But him holding his ground showed Fury that he wasn't no hoe. And once he held his ground like that, all Fury really can do, is just try to push him to the ropes. And Ngannou was too strong. I mean, came at a 272. Fury came at 277. His 272 was a good peak condition 272. Fury did elbow him though. If you had to do a prop bet on somebody doing an illegal move, all that money would have came in on Ngannou, but Fury elbowed him. He missed the right hook and elbowed him. I don't know if it was intentional or not intentional. Most people call Tyson Fury dirty, so most people will categorize that as intentional. But yeah, he couldn't move Ngannou. Ngannou held his ground, and not only held his ground, he got crisp shots off. I would like to see him kind of pivot and turn Fury a little bit and turn Fury in the ropes and then work him. Pause. But yeah, I think he used the jab a little bit more, and I think he would attack the body a little bit more. He would have had more advantage. But with the weight thing, you look at them pushing for a super heavyweight division or weight limit heavyweight division. You see Tyson Fury, his biggest advantage is not his skill set, it's his size, similar to the Klitschko's. He physically bigger, longer, stronger pause than a lot of the opponents out there in the heavyweight division. And it's only a handful of skillful heavyweights when you start talking about Frank Sanchez, Andy Ruiz, Otto Wallin, Alexander Usyk. That's a real short list, and the majority of guys that I named on that list are significantly smaller than Tyson Fury. So Fury, you're gonna come in with a skill advantage or a height and reach and size advantage overall, and that's just the difference. That's just the difference. That's what he's gonna come in with. But today, Ngannou had the size of difference, and it was only a 2-inch reach advantage too. And a lot of people couldn't even tell that it was a reach. He was at a reach disadvantage. So, he came in powerful, came in, I just like to see him work the body a little bit more, go to the use the jab a little bit more, but he paced himself really well. He got tired right after the knockdown. He got a second win and finished the fight strong. I think he could have won us 12. And I think Tyson Fury thought that he was going to fade being an MMA guy, even though they 5 3-minute rounds. That's 15 minutes. You talking about over this fight was a 30-minute fight. You know what I'm saying? So it's different than wrestling and grappling. That's tiring too. Worry about if you're gonna get kicked and all that, and only having to worry about hands in this situation. But the boxing conditioning and pure wrestling conditioning, those are the two best conditionings you probably can do in overall sports. But I felt that Ngannou won that fight. I'm not gonna show no box community bias. It's not no Tyson Fury bias or hate or nothing like that. I thought he won. Did Fury take it as serious as he should have? Yeah, he should have took a little bit more serious. But I think he boosted Ngannou's confidence up to want to get back into the boxing ring. Now, can Ngannou beat a guy like Deontay Wilder? I mean, that right hand, that a couple of them right hands that he took from Fury, I don't think he would have took them right hands from Deontay Wilder. But he also could have caught Deontay Wilder too with his size and reach. Him and Anthony Joshua would be an interesting fight in Africa. So I think Ngannou probably knock some doors down to some bigger fights. And I don't think necessarily, unless the PFL enforce their contract on him, that you really gonna see him back in too many mixed martial arts fights. To be real, I think what he showed until he lose or literally get blown out. He already lost today. He'll be back, but I think the part of this was the Saudi Arabians or the Saudis, excuse me, already had a lot of money invested in Fury and Usyk. They already had a lot of money signing Usyk to skills challenge. So of course they were going to give Fury the benefit of the doubt. Tyson Francis Ngannou is not a homegrown fighter in boxing, so he already came in the ring with a 2 or 3 point disadvantage. But I felt that he won the fight, by a point or two. But it's still a close fight. But they had too much money tied up in Fury versus Usyk. They signed Usyk to skill challenge. That's money invested right there. So if Fury lose, where's the riz for the fight? So yeah, I think they gave Fury the benefit of the doubt. I think he got away with one. The excuse from the box community gonna be he didn't train. this, that, and the third, and that's what a lot of people tend to go run with. But you can run what you want to run. But Ngannou, I think, knock some doors down and make a bunch of money in boxing if contractually possible, and if the will is there to want to do so. I think he shocked a lot of people with his boxing ability. He had the best showing of any crossover boxer going into, I mean, MMA fighter going into boxing. And I just think if he continues to work on that jab, like Mike Tyson and Dewey Cooper did a good job, if he continues to work on that jab and continue to work on the conditioning, he showed an iron chin. And in UFC, you got to have an iron chin, to be honest. So yeah, but Fury could just say I didn't train well, and then Fury have these offset performances like a mug, and then he come back and look like a fantastic fighter versus Usyk, and people would tend to forget about this at this point. But he ain't never been a consistent fighter. He's probably the one of the wrong people that you want to represent in hang now. You probably won't represent in boxing MMA. He's just so inconsistent. You know what I'm saying? He the one that looked tired. He the one that looked like he came from mixed martial arts, not used to doing 12 rounds. But he did try to go out there and hurt Ngannou, but he didn't have a size advantage. He didn't outweigh him by 10 to 50 pounds like he was doing with Deontay Wilder and other past opponents. So, I think Ngannou, worst case scenario, he do a European tour or something and clean up over there. He will have to make a lot of money if he can continue to box, and not contractually obligated to do so many MMA fights on PFL. So, hey, let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live, drop a video. Check out the Heavyweight Boxing Talk playlist. Check out the Fight Reaction playlist. Hit the link tree. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, the whole nine. Appreciate the love and support. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Peace.